Man, these cryptocurrencies are out of control. Listen to this. 20 trillion coins in circulation, with the top 1% of wallet addresses owning 30.4% of the entire supply, with roughly a third or 35% being printed in just the last 10 months alone, and there's an unlimited amount of coins that can exist. If that doesn't sound like a scam, I don't know what does. What is it? It's the US dollar? Well, that's awkward. The real joke, though, is not one's behind the camera on them.
Welcome back to Crash and Edy. We got a really good show today. We're going to get into Flare Finance a little bit of XRP as usual, and a few other things that are going on big in the market. There's obviously a ton going on. Market cap's up to 1.7 trillion, and we got Crash here today.
Hey, I made it.
Nice.
Hey, everybody, if you're new to the podcast, please subscribe, hit the bell button, and all. Subscribe, bell button, all on YouTube. It's what we need to do to grow the program and help educate people across the globe. And it's not financial advice. Right, Edy?
It's all about edumacation, right?
Yep.
So we got, Bitcoin's over 38,000. That's been a little while, huh?
Yeah. I told you.
Yeah, this stuff's screaming back. It's screaming back, people. What else we got of note? XRP's $1.04. USDC 22,600,000,000. So they're cranking that up. What else you looking at, Crash?
Oh, I just wish I would have bought some BNB at some point. That thing just keeps on going.
That took a nice pullback, huh?
Yeah. It's up 13% in the last 7 days.
Yeah, 19 today alone. Doge back over 41.
Yeah, is Doge really the number 6 coin?
Absolutely. They corrected XRP's market cap back to 35 or 46 billion in circulation.
Mm-hmm.
So that first video we listened to, you guys, have a listen. It's a shorter one. He might have some rational things to say about XRP, but I don't know. Take a look at it. It's good to hear the positive and the negative, if you consider that stuff negative. But yeah, have a listen to that one. We got, Internet Computer, ICP, that really came down to earth. That was like over 350, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That came back to earth through this correction.
Yeah, when you have these new projects like this and they take off like crazy, they often have major pullbacks.
Yeah, that's a good example of that.
They need to have price discovery take place before it's really safe to get into them, really.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, they haven't even been around. They don't even have a 30-day number.
Right. We can't get a 30-day on that sucker.
No 30, 90, or 1-year numbers even on them.
Yeah, there's a lot of powerful, I think what are going to be powerful protocols that are still very new, and they're underway. So we're going to talk about Flare today. That one is coming out. And we're going to introduce you to some stuff with that. Should we hit the news a little bit? Any big stories real quick, Crash?
Oh, yeah. Let's go take a look at the news and see what's going on here.
All right. So we'll take a look at this fine news source. Cardano looking strong, says crypto analyst, obviously. Boy, I should have posted. I got a nice interview with Charles Hoskinson with we'll do this on the next show if I remember. And I'm sure audience, in all your comments, remind us to do this interview. It's a nice one with what's the one with Raoul Paul, that company with Raoul Paul. It's an interview with that company, not with Raoul Paul.
Real Vision.
Yeah, Real Vision, yep. They have some Man, they have good guests on there.
They do. They really do.
That's a great service. The people that are putting their time and effort into this space just to help out, just to lift up people that, don't have the resources to pay, an analytical firm, $1,000 a year or whatever. It's just amazing. This Mickey B. Fresh that I'm going to introduce you guys with, he's all about DeFi. He started out with Ripple, but he has put an amazing amount of time into this. Anyways, let's hit the news real quick, then we'll get onto that.
Is this a bear trap? What do they mean by that? Market movement coming for altcoins, according to analysts. So I think is it a bear trap being all that FUD made a lot of people probably short the market?
Right.
And there's a timeline on that, right? So they short it 30 days out or 60 days out. Well, it took a big dive, and now it's coming back, and a lot of those people are going to lose money on their shorts.
We are still,
they're going to lose their shorts.
Right. Yeah, right. We are still in the awareness phase of a hyper cycle. I agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, don't get stuck in, it's just step back and look at the big picture as you do your own research and understand this is a new asset class, very unique opportunity.
Still in its infancy.
Yes. So we're still early. That was one thing Hoskinson was saying, and this was like a week ago interview. Don't panic like you've missed the boat, because the boat is fully docked right now. There's not even regulations. So, there's going to be a lot of ups and downs. There's also going to be a lot of coins that go to zero. So be careful of the crap, okay?
Uh-huh.
That's critical. So, Bear Trap City. What else do we got here? You were saying, there was some, the big Ripple news was federal judge sides with Ripple, denies SEC access to legal communications. It's unbelievable.
It's a witch hunt.
Yeah, how the Ripple team is just, it's very telling that they're continuing to even do this lawsuit. It's absolutely ridiculous, and they're butting up against actually losing the battle with the whole crypto industry, because Ripple is exposing so much chicanery with the SEC.
It's more of exposing the swamp.
Yes.
There's Trump might be behind Ripple,
huh? I don't know, man. It is a fascinating case for sure. But so, and it matters for the whole space. So, and I think a lot of people are thinking that we're gonna get a resolution to that case very soon. We'll see. To see this thing actually going into a trial, I just do not see that. But
no,
who knows?
It just depends on how long they want to drag it out. I mean,
right. Will Bitcoin hibernate or hit 100,000 this year? Crash, did we ever get a prediction from you? Not that you're willing to or not. I don't want to put the pressure on you, but I do. For what Bitcoin's going to be at end of year?
I think we did that on the last show, or was that a different prediction?
For Bitcoin.
What were we talking about? Still the market cap?
Yeah, market cap. I don't think we've done a Bitcoin. Let's think about this for next show, Crash. You and I both, because it's not fair for you to do it, not me, I suppose.
Yep.
Let's come up with a Bitcoin end of year prediction. Next show, think about it. You're going out on a limb, man. Are you willing to go out on a limb? I will if you will.
Oh, well, what do I have to lose? I mean, it's not like I'm actually betting money on something.
Only your credibility and your impeccable reputation.
It's a very gray market. It's hard to say. There's a lot of factors behind the scenes that we can't control or even see.
He's already hedging. Whatever he says, man. Really? Dude, I expect you to be dead on 100%.
Well, I expect you to be conservative, and I'll probably not be.
Okay. All right. Let's do it. Next show, we're doing this. All right. So do your own research, Crash. I
So
will do
end of
same.
the year, and December 31st, 2021.
You know what would be cool too for our subscribers is drop
Have
a
them-
doggone comment and tell us
Yeah,
what you
what-
think.
Yeah, we'll put them out there.
Let's see what you guys know. What is Bitcoin going to be at the end of 2021?
And how about if any of our audience beats us and they're closest to the actual closing number, they get to do a show with us.
Okay. We'll do a call-in. That'll be our first call-in.
Yeah, well, we'll do some before that.
We'll figure it out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully we will. I don't know. We've been having just a few technical difficulties lately, but we're getting better. You guys just don't know how technologically savvy we really are, right, Crash?
Yeah. We're all over it.
All right. So what else in the news? Any other big stuff here? Carbon net zero. Crypto market finds footing. Not. I mean, there's always a ton of news, you guys, but we try and bring you what's super important and just, you just.
Well, Rich Dad, Poor Dad says he's buying Bitcoin at this price level. That's big news.
That is big news.
Because I thought he was kind of down on the whole. It wasn't a year ago. He was still not really into cryptos, I don't think.
That's true. I know. It's so funny how every one of them, they've fallen like dominoes. Every player, every sophisticated person, every smart dude that you know or gal that, they've all changed about Bitcoin. And really, they're just not talking about the other crypto because there's no way that you're only doing Bitcoin. That's just ridiculous. These Bitcoin maxis are absolutely insane. When you look at the tech on the other cryptos, it's ridiculous.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's really crazy, all the different use case scenarios. I was working on a portfolio this morning, and there's privacy coins, there's yield farming coins, there's just all kinds of stuff that's super cool. Derivative liquidity coins, there's NFT coins, there's gaming coins.
Yeah, it is.
Another one I was looking at was a decentralized cellular network globally. I can't wait until we can just not have to deal with these monopoly cellular service companies.
Yeah, they're must-haves, right?
Disruptive technology. Did you see the top 50 disruptive technologies?
Yeah, we looked at that last show.
Yeah.
Remember?
Well, I actually started using one app. It's not really crypto related. However, there's a lot of crypto content on it, and that is called Clubhouse.
Right.
And frankly, I am blown away. It is super, super cool, super easy to use, and there's no middlemen. It's just people talking in groups about different topics. It's fascinating.
I gotta try that. Yeah, it used to be invite only. Now is it invite still or no?
Yeah, but as soon as you sign up, it sends out to everybody in your contact list, and somebody invites you.
Yeah, but so you have them going through your. I never do that contact list stuff. I never do that.
Yeah.
But teach his own. Well, I'll get an invite from maybe my friend Crash at some point. Hopefully I can do that.
That'll cost you.
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, it sounds interesting though. So let's get into this. I want you guys to listen to a video now. We're just gonna play a short bit of it, but it's like about an hour. Was it an hour and 35? This video. So hold on one second here. Let me just cue this up. Okay, so This guy's name is Mickey B. Fresh. It says Patty XRP, and he's in on it too. But Mickey B. Fresh goes back quite a ways with XRP. He did some different podcasts and videos with different YouTubers, but super smart, and he just adds a lot. He really dives deep into the tech and what is going on with this. So he's all over this Flare network, and his website is the DeFiStandard.com. In fact, let's go to that real quick for a second. Yep. Okay, so we just this is the DeFiStandard.com. I've never been to this website. I wanted to take a look at it, so I'm looking at it for the first time with you guys too. But different stuff about Flare Network, F Assets, Flare Finance, XRP Ledger, Patty XRP, about us. So I don't know, take a look at this at some point. It's probably a really good website to, if you want to learn more about XRP, but more specifically the Flare networks. So what's going on with that is Flare Networks is scheduled to launch. They put out there probably a month and a half ago, that it would be by the end of June, give or take 2 to 4 weeks. So it could be any time from June 1st to end of July. So we don't know when, but it's coming at any point, this airdrop. So, and remember, the airdrop, for those that participate, I believe you get 15% for the first drop. And then it's a pretty unique airdrop in that you get another 2 to 4%, call it 2.5%, 3% a month for the remaining of until it's all dropped. So depending on how much, I think it's like 2.5 years, 2 or 2.5 years. Once a month, you get that other percentage. So, and then there's also, my understanding is, for those who participated, Flare Finance is having a drop. And I'm not sure exactly how that works, but that is being dropped 30 days after the Flare Networks launch. So, and that's a one-time drop.
Is that different? Is that something you needed to own XRP for, or is that?
I think it's something.
What qualifies you to receive those Flare?
I think tokens? It's Flare. Flare Network does. It's based on the Flare Network drop, is my understanding. So if you have Flare Network, that's going to
when it drops. If you keep it.
I don't even think it's if you keep it. I think if you get the airdrop, but I think if you get the airdrop, you're going to get the Flare Finance drop, and no one knows, what price is going to be at.
What's the ticker? Is the ticker different for the Flare?
I do not
Finance?
know. I don't know on that. Okay. Let's check out Bitrue real quick, because we're going to see what the price of the Flare IOU is on Bitrue. See what that is trading at. It's usually a little bit more than XRP is what it's been kind of gone to over the last few months. It's $1.40 is right now the IOU. And this is on Bitrue, and who knows what the token's going to come out. It doesn't mean that, but if it would, it's Flare Networks, the airdrop, it's setting a number of records as far as the exchanges that are going to carry it, as far as the price that it's going to come out at. If it comes out at anywhere near $1, it's the most highly valued airdrop ever that's happened. There's never been one that's been that expensive. So, So it's this is a very unique situation, like all the new stuff in crypto is, really. It's all cutting edge. It's all never been done. That's what's cool about crypto. This stuff has never existed before. So you're into something that,
Yeah, they're experimenting with a lot of different things, just like that Pi network. They're building this huge community without even, there's nothing even operating.
Yeah, we got the Pi drop coming up end of year, it sounds like. I don't know, but I don't know how many zeros are going to be at the end of that after the decimal point for that one, but I suspect there's going to be a few, but you never know. Who knows?
As long as you do your KYC, you'll get it.
Yeah, yep. You got a KYC, and again, do your own research. So yeah, that's so let's here. Let's get back to this. So yeah, we'll get. So basically, so this is their podcast. It's this is a live stream of what they do. They talk about the Bifrost Wallet, which is a new wallet that's coming out. It's a multi-chain, and it's designed for the Flare network. They're actually having an airdrop too coming up. I think it might have happened within the last 24 hours, or it's going to happen soon. I don't know. I don't get why a wallet would have an airdrop, but that's how they finance all this stuff. To me, it's a little sus, but I don't know. I mean, I don't know anything about the Bifrost wallet, but I'm going to look at it. I think one of the coolest things about Flare, and I haven't even confirmed this, but I think you don't need the MetaMask wallet and software on your computer or on your phone or whatever to use Flare. Which is, I don't think there's a DeFi network, a DeFi ecosystem out there that you can't do that with. So, yeah, then
you have to be connected to another wallet to use it.
Maybe. I don't know. It's software, so I'm not really sure exactly. It is extremely complicated. So if you guys want to participate in this, and the benefits of participating is that
knowledge.
Well, it's knowledge, but it's also, you can get times, like 2 to 3 different streams of income off one token with this. Like for instance, I know that you can actually just delegate your vote and mine coins just for delegating your vote. And it's a detachable delegation, which it's unheard of, because basically, you can still use your coins and do whatever you want with them, except for sell them, I believe, and delegate your vote and earn money for delegating your vote. So there's some very unique tech with this, you guys. So I would listen to this whole thing, and I would subscribe to this channel for sure, because they're going to walk you through and give you resources for this airdrop and this new ecosystem that is going to be, it seems like it's going to be really valuable to me. So we'll see. I mean, as usual, there's a ton of unknowns, but definitely give these guys a listen. It's Mickey B. Fresh, and the channel is, it's the DeFi Standard channel. It's only got 24,000 subscribers, but it just depends what you're into. You're gonna just learn all about Flare networks and Flare finance. So, if you like it, you might find it dry. I find it absolutely fascinating. So we're just gonna listen to a few minutes of it here. 1 second here.
Wow, he's got a lot of videos.
Yeah, he does. He just puts his heart into it, man. I mean, he has done so much for free. This guy he's not about like YouTubing to make money. Much like us, Crash. I mean, we're trying to help people and educate them. And if we can't, we're not just going to make a video first to get one out there. And, we can't get enough out. We can't keep up with this because there's so much information. But some of these guys are doing 2 or 3 day. They're repeating stuff. They're picking each other's pockets. Oh, this guy said this, I'm going to say this, We're not about that. We're going to get you guys up to speed as much as possible. So here we go.
Computational network up there. And it'll be federated sidechains. Those are like the Codius networks. And that's what we'll see. So that's why it's not one blockchain to rule them all, because actually having the smart contracts built in will limit actually some of these networks in the future, because distributed applications then can execute over multiple ledgers instead of being stuck on just one. Flare, is built that way. It's good for certain apps, but in the future, it's not one network for them all. I think my answer to that, though, is I don't think there's going to be a choice yet. I think XRP needs to be proven out.
Wait a minute. Did you just say uh-oh?
Yeah, the audio's breaking up.
Oh, really?
You can hardly hear it.
Man, you've been clear as a bell today for me. Here we go, people. Enjoy the ride.
And used in as many use cases as possible, not just one. This whole concept of, XRP's for the banks, they don't want people to have it. Bullshit. It's the more it's used and the more utility, use case, value, collateral, everything, the better. And when it comes to designations, they don't fit any of these designations. XRP is not just a currency. It's got aspects of a commodity. It's a new asset class. So whatever they want to classify the US, these things, doesn't matter. They're decentralized networks. If they're decentralized, people can use them. I go right now on the XRP ledger and trade without any centralized entity into IOUs of USD and to Bitcoin IOUs to XRP right on the Zum app. You could do that right now. And they could still call it security. Does it act like security? No. So I think they're going to have a real tough time trying to classify anything security because it's just, they're not. Securities are stocks of companies. So I don't care what Gary Gensler says or what they said in 2018. The toothpaste is out of the bottle, as the guy from CNBC said. I just think that DeFi, now you have use cases, that we're going past that. I want to talk more about the KYC thing. I think that's fascinating. K-Spec's always got great questions.
Yeah, he does, for sure.
I think you're on the top of the list, K-Spec. They have some of the best questions. But, Gemini, I hope that answers your question there. Well, my opinion, at least, on CBDCs. Yeah. I just think we're far away from CBDCs. I think that's going to be a testing ground for years and years. It's going to be, until they could realize they need to change the monetary system with the CBDC. They just can't make digital dollar and that's call it a day.
Yeah. I want to touch on a question here real quick. So Andrew Baxter Smith goes, with Litecoin's position in the Flare ecosystem, we will have to use the Spark airdrop from the XRP snap.
All right, Crash, we can listen some more, but I got a question for you. What do you think about what he said about CBDCs?
Yeah.
What do you think of that?
Well, that's interesting. I mean, it makes sense. I mean, they can't just make a digital dollar and call it a day, like he said. I mean, they got to change the entire monetary system.
See, I look at that. I look at it, whether they want to or not, I look at it as they're allowing this to happen, and this is the new monetary system. The new monetary system is them not being involved as much, you know? I just don't. That is all they can do is make a digital dollar.
Maybe they're talking about doing a
Go ahead.
Yeah, maybe they're talking about a CBDC.
CBDC, yeah.
By hedging and giving themselves time.
Yeah, man, you're cutting out now. Yeah, I'm here. All right, let's listen to this a little bit more.
Shot to mint FLTC, right? So actually, you can't post your own collateral to mint F assets. So that's kind of what keeps the system robust and helps with like the risk parameters of it. Is that there's going to be another side to that puts up the collateral and manages it. So every individual doesn't have to worry about their collateral. The system is going to be like dynamically handle that with incentives for agents to basically help other agents that are, maybe failing on their collateral position and stuff like that. So you don't need any Spark to mint F assets. Just so everybody knows. So like obviously Doge, XLM, and Litecoin all are not going to be getting an airdrop of Spark. But as soon as the F asset system is live, they can start minting F assets immediately. So.
All right. Yep. So K-Spec, I take that the Zum wallet and the Bifrost wallet won't be interoperable. It would be great if they were. That way we could pass the KYC AML process. Actually, they could be interoperable. That's why they created this open source protocol called PayString that would allow that to happen. So yes, you should be able to have a PayString with Zum that's verified to a, say, global identity or some from Uphold. All pay string, it's not a pay string. That's just the protocol. It's going to be built on the pay string protocol. So whatever, domain system it is, naming system, it could link to a digital identity. And then that digital identity just needs to be verified. And you're right, it should be interoperable. Global ID with pay string and other things like global ID should work. Like Pay Me Plus right now is one you could get. You get the domain name, just like Unstoppable Domains, but except you don't pay those crazy gas fees every time you use it. And it should link your identity. So since we're getting into this topic here, KYC AML's coming, like, to everything. Doesn't mean they're trying to track everything. I mean, to an extent, we should get more privacy out of this, because no matter what any of these conspiracy people tell you, this is Orwellian, they want to track everything, the facts are the W3C standards are done. Verifiable credentials, digital self-sovereign digital identities are already out. And Hyperledger Aries, Hyperledger Indy, they're already the standards now. Yes, you can have a centralized entity issue your identity, but there's going to be ways that you'll be able to have custody of your own digital identity, and then it just comes down to getting verification. So that's the next step to push us, even the CBDCs. You can't issue them right now. How would you be able to verify everything? So that has to be in play here. CBDCs are a no-go without getting digital identity and verification in. So once we can do P2P and switch over to digital wallets, which digital wallets themselves or e-wallets will have to come with identities. But, you don't need to share your identity with everybody and everything you do. That's where you could use a pay string, just send, whatever form of asset through Interledger like XRP to somebody. You don't need to share your whole birthday, social security, and address with them. You could just share what's needed through the pay string. Now, it's also possible a pay string which has verifiable credentials where they could verify you that you are you without knowing any of your details. So they could verify your full credentials, but with only just somebody else attesting to it. And that's what's kind of getting built out in the meantime. We're going to see. So that's kind of the future, I think, where we're going to go. That's also good for the banks. They don't have to custody then everyone's, identities and data. And, hopefully we go more into a world where we have control of our credentials, at least. But you do have to share them. I mean, think of how many things you have accounts with now, right?
Thoughts, Crash, thoughts.
I don't like what he's saying at all.
Do you agree, though?
I don't,
You don't like
You
it,
there?
but do you agree? It's happening.
Do I agree?
Do you agree that it's happening?
Well, yeah, it's absolutely happening, and it's there's going to be a whole nother side of the cryptocurrency world and blockchain technology and the decentralized, truly decentralized. There's going to be all kinds of different levels of decentralization.
Right. Yeah.
Just like we have coins like Monero and we have Bitcoin.
Yeah. Yep.
Well, one's highly encrypted, and the whole community is built on privacy and safety and encryption, and others aren't.
Right. But the
And there's
identity
15
thing,
different coins in between them.
Right, but the identity thing, you admit it is ridiculous how you're supposed to put in and give everyone all your stuff, basically, is what you're doing. And they lose it constantly. Here's all my information, and I know you're going to get hacked and you're going to lose it.
It's wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's...
it's...
and
but when you digitize it, is it going to be any safer? I don't know.
I mean, it's supposed to be, isn't it? Yeah, we got to do a different show for that. But anyways, so basically we are going into a situation where CeFi, which is centralized finance, bumps up against DeFi, decentralized finance. And that's where you're going to see, a lot of the stuff that's going on, we're going to shake out a lot of decisions and a lot of important regulations. All that stuff is going to happen around that.
Yeah, and people who are willing to comply and give up all their information, it's going to be far easier to operate in the centralized system. And as a public, we're accustomed to that. It's probably going to be more work if you want to work in the DeFi system, decentralized, and private part of the internet.
Right.
And that's where that's the benefit of what we're doing now is we're learning way ahead of time how this is going to work and gaining knowledge as it adapts and as it changes. And that's going to be a huge benefit to us if we want to live in a decentralized, more private world.
Yeah, there's gonna be ways to have your privacy because, people that are, very wealthy and, the elites and however you want to look at them, they want their privacy too. So there's gonna be ways to have privacy. You're gonna have to figure it out through this. And I maintain that when you eventually with a bank, you'll be able to avoid this stuff for a while and stick with centralized finance, but only for a while. Eventually, they're pushing you into crypto, into all this stuff, and pretty soon you'll see them begging you to take your crypto into them. So that's coming next. Watch for it at your banks. That's all coming. They've already. I just saw an article a few days ago how Wells Fargo, Bank of America, and Citigroup are all at different levels of getting people to bring in their crypto and butting up against the exchanges. It's basically the banks versus these exchanges. And, I think the government wants you, because of the regulations and their control, they want you to go to the banks and not these decentralized exchanges.
Right. I actually saw a bank the other day and it had a big sign. You know how they put those signs out, temporary signs?
Yeah.
And it said, bring your Bitcoin in today.
Did you see it? Did you really?
I'm just pulling your leg.
I knew it. I'm looking for that. That's coming, man, but I haven't seen any yet.
No, I'm just pulling your leg.
You know how to get me, man. I was like, really? You saw one? No, where's the picture of it? Yeah, so they say it. I mean, they say they're gonna, but man, it seems like all they can do to keep their doors open these days. It's hard to believe they're gonna be hosting Bitcoin apps and all that stuff.
They have more cash than they know what to do with. They don't even know how they can't lend it out.
That's true. Yeah. And that's where DeFi is really going to come into play nicely, because you're not going to have a middle person to actually leverage your wealth. If you have wealth, you're going to be able to stick it in DeFi and use it without having to go through lawyers and bankers. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, and all this discrimination and all this, credit score and all this other crap.
Yeah. Oh, you're elderly, or you're the wrong skin
color.
color.
Yeah.
Can't do it. No, can't do it. Oh, you don't have a job? Oh, no, you can't do that. What are you thinking? No, absolutely not.
You're self-employed? Oh, sorry.
Yeah, you can't. Wait a minute. With who? Wait, what are you doing? What? Yeah, that stuff's all going away. It's a bunch of bogus, man. Who was I hearing? Oh, Hoskinson's again. In that interview, he says, how come my secretary has a better credit score than me, and I'm a billionaire?
Yeah.
And that's so true, man. It's ridiculous.
The whole thing's a scam. I won't even look at those things.
It is. I know. And how do you go? You look at a credit score. If you dare to check it, it has a negative mark on your credit score.
Right.
How does that make sense?
And the only way to improve your credit score is to become more and more compliant and dependent on the banking system.
And preferably indebted.
Yeah, indebted. Absolutely.
If you have a ton of registered debt, man, you're gold. We love you. You can do whatever you want.
my credit score is like 110 maybe, because I have no credit cards, I have no debt, I have no loans, I have no car payments, I have no mortgage, I'm not part of their system, so my credit score sucks.
Man, how can we even do this
And
show
you know
with
what?
you,
I wear
man?
that as a badge of honor.
I feel like it's risky to even do this show with you, man. This is nuts. We're gonna let it slide, though. Dude. Well, I gotta do it. You gotta do what you gotta
Sorry.
do. Anyways,
It's not 110. It's really
yeah,
180.
sure. I don't even think 110 exists. Well, mine's 15,000, so that's pretty good. I figure that's good enough.
Yeah, that's, wow.
Wow, you didn't know they went that high, did you? Oh yeah, they do for me.
I thought doesn't it cap out at like 450?
Unless you're really good, dude. If you're really good, you go into the thousands. All right. Let me see what else. These guys might say something else interesting real quick here. Give it a second.
Patty, how many people have accounts with different exchanges and you share all your information with them?
I mean, I have like 6 at least. So
Ridiculous.
yeah, and then like tons of wallets, and I don't even like use that much. So it's kind of crazy for sure. I mean, I'll welcome KYC because in the U.S. at least, I mean, I foresee that they're going to require that kind of stuff. So I think it's just better to get ahead of the curve, and also it's going to be more attractive for institutions that have to comply with a lot stricter regulations than an individual would, and who's being monitored on a lot closer basis. So additionally, I want to hop into JK had a question about liquidity pools, and I think it's a good one because it's there's some distinctions here. So he asked, what's the risk level for providing FXRP to a liquidity pool for rewards? So essentially, what you would be referring to is like, let's say a two-sided liquidity pool, which is used for people to trade assets between each other on a DEX. So that's a decentralized exchange. So you would have like FXRP matched up against a stable coin. So basically the risk that I wouldn't say like, the risk is like, okay, is the underlying liquidity pool going to fail? That's kind of just trusting the network that works correctly and seeing like what the security audit says about the code and all that stuff. So like tons of blockchains run every day and don't fail. But what you do have is something called impermanent loss, which is basically the opportunity cost of having just held your assets and not put them in a pool, or you put them in the pool and then the price differs from each other. So let's say FXRP goes up in price, then the pool has to rebalance so that the value of the stable coins in there are equal to the value of the FXRP in the pool. So really it's just a matter of opportunity cost, and it's like, were you better off holding it during that time frame, or were you better off just having it in the liquidity pool? It's like a great time to have it in a two-side liquidity pool is during a sideways market, because you're going to have very little impermanent loss show up and you'll be earning fees that entire time. So that's like ideal. However, like if FXRP goes down in price, well, now that it's worth less compared to a dollar stable coin, then the pool would rebalance and add more FXRP to the pool. So you would still have that same percentage like stake in the pool that you had before. So that you would end up having more FXRP tokens at that point.
All right, so I'm sensing some eyes glazing over here. My point.
Yeah.
I'm
not sure I was following all that.
Yeah, there's a lot to learn, people, and why you would be willing to learn it is because you will get income out of it. So it's valuable.
Yeah, it kind of when they were talking, it was kind of reminding me of how that Haven protocol works with the synthetic tokens.
Yeah. So yeah, and there's other DeFi out there. This is one DeFi network, one DeFi ecosystem that I think a lot of people are just getting into it simply because they got this mega airdrop from XRP. So anyways, so that's that. Crash, what else you want to talk about today, man? We're coming up on
Nothing's jumping out at me. I think it's time to wrap it up.
Let's wrap it.
Hit it hard, maybe on in a couple days.
Yep, we'll let this resonate from you guys. You got your homework to do, so get on that lickety split, and you're gonna see what kind of a rabbit hole you're stuck in. So enjoy that.
And please comment on the show, and let us know what your prediction is for the Bitcoin value December 31st, 2021.
Yeah, hit the like and subscribe. Enjoy
show,
doing your own research.
Yep, next show we'll make our predictions.
Yep, absolutely. Ooh, we got some homework to do. All right, people. I'm out. Have a good day. Do the right thing. See ya.
Ciao.
Crash. Did we go too deep on that sucker? I was waiting for you to say, "Cut it off! Cut it off!"
I don't want to hurt your feelings, Eddie.
Why? You do practically every day, man. What up?
Yeah, that was a little deep. Do you know we had major audio issues at the beginning of that? It was.
Did we?
It was totally cracked. Well, at least that's the way I heard it. Now it may have recorded differently. So.
Yeah, we'll see. Maybe we got lucky.
Yeah, I bet we did. We are pretty lucky.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah, I always get a front row parking spot. How about you?
I'm always at the end of the parking lot, man. What does that mean?
Come on. Really?
My mom was known for that. She'd get a front row spot and she'd be like, "Praise the Lord. The Lord gave that spot to us." I'm thinking, Mom, doesn't the Lord have some heavier lifting to do than this, than finding us a good parking spot?
Well, you know, what you believe happens. So I always believe I'm going to get a front row spot. I always get a front row spot every single time. And maybe sometimes I have to wait a few minutes, but I always get a front row.
I'm telling you, the older I get, the more I realize how powerful the mind is. It is mind-blowing, pardon the pun.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways.
Well, mind your business.
Mind your business. Oh, crash. All right, man. Well, try and show up for the next show, huh, fella?
Yeah. It's hump day.
Yeah, it is. This week's been long.
Yeah.
Already, and it's Wednesday morning.
Yeah, dude, I was doing research today. I can't even believe how many awesome, what appear to be awesome projects there are out there.
Yeah, we'll see how many coins shake out, man. But
I think we're heading into altcoin season, though, for sure.
Looks like it. Looks like it. Hey, don't copy my prediction on that Bitcoin, okay? I know you're going to be trying to, hack my computer.
Oh, I already know. I have my number already.
Yeah, you think I'm going to go with 100,000. That's what you think. I don't toe that line. You should know that by now. But that is a good round number.
All right. Well, you better have some statistics to back up your prediction, because I'm going to.
Oh, are you kidding me? You're going to do that? I don't have time for that, man.
That's what I thought. You're just going to be pulling shit out of your butt.
I'm going to ask my daughters, man. I'm going to ask my 3 daughters and my wife and take an average.
I'm going to ask the waitress down at Hog Alley.